Eric and Will are
The Average Podcast.
What is up, everyone, and welcome to Season 2 of The Average Podcast. Here with me, as always, I've got Eric, Vinny, Chris, and I'm Will. Now, for Season 2, we're going to be doing things a little different. We're going to dial it back and kind of keep the episodes to about one major topic with some kind of little topics that are similar.
Yeah, we got some
throughout.
feedback, got some criticism, and now we're changing it up.
We have learned.
You know, we were new. Now we are not so new.
But if this sucks, then we'll go back to the old way. So
yeah, give us your feedback. If you don't like this,
we love the feedback.
We'll switch back to the old way. As always, leave suggestions for new topics. So yeah, and this week's topic, we're gonna kick it off with U.S. politics. We're gonna beat that horse a little more, but why not? It's fun.
There's a lot of things going on right now that you kind of can't not talk about it. So
Very true.
Yeah, especially since all of us live in the U.S., it's
unavoidable.
Mm-hmm.
So how about Syria, guys? Damn.
Yeah.
The best way to fucking start it off, the bombings over in Syria, and then prior to that, the sarin gas that was spread out amongst...
Well, it's a response to the chemical weapons.
Yeah, no, I know. I mixed that order, but yes, in response to the chemical warfare.
Dumbass.
Yeah, I'm sorry. In response to the chemical warfare going over there. It's tough, man, being a Syrian right now. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, we've been in a civil war for a few years, and I don't know. It's a hot mess.
Yeah.
Well, the thing is, so you wonder why these people are like begging for help and trying to leave their fucking country and going elsewhere, because I don't think any of us, well, it's not even I don't think, I know none of us can relate to that, because it's not like we wake up and have to worry about going out or getting fucking shot on our way to school or our village getting assaulted. You know what I mean? It's terrible.
Oh, yeah, we're very privileged to be an American. But I have a question that we can start this off with. Let's just start with Trump. And what do you guys agree with how he reacted? And I mean, what do you think? Would you think somebody else would have done the same thing if it was a different president? Or what are your takes on that?
I think so. Yes, on the term of the other president. I'll let Will go first, though.
No. I have a long-winded speech about this, so I will let you finish yours.
All right.
Well, I'm glad I asked. I just asked, like how Trump. We'll start off with like how Trump reacted to it. Like, how do you agree with it? Do you think if it was somebody else in the office, would they have reacted the same way? Just how your initial thoughts were. You know,
I agree with it because I guess same. I'm on the board with Chris. I do agree with it. As shitty as it sounds, America kind of has to be the world police, as we have discussed personally before, and I do agree with that. I think if this happened when Obama was in office, I'm pretty sure he would have done the same thing. I mean, that was Syrian's own government going against them.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
Not confirmed it was Assad yet.
Yeah, we're not confirmed. We're not fake news. So allegedly, that's what had happened, and that's why he had to react the way he did. But the thing is, so people were pissed initially because they're like, okay, Trump's not doing anything to help the situation, and then we sent over 52 fucking missiles, and everyone freaked out. They're like, okay, well, why'd you have to take it that far? You know what I mean? So I think people are pretty I don't even know what the right word would be, conflicted or
confused.
I'm just trying to.
Confused,
I don't want to. Yeah. Keep it, opinion. Keep the opinions away from the question. I didn't. Sorry, I didn't mean to really ask.
Well, I mean, it's a very opinionated question.
I thought we were giving opinion answers.
Yeah,
that was an incredibly open-ended question.
I guess you're right. I know.
All right,
I just don't want to make it. We're not like because you were bringing up other shit. We're not really like a. Like Will said, we were just we're allegedly taught. We're just thinking, hypothetically.
Well, that's our opinion, so that's the thing.
Right, we're just speculating. We're not a source. We're just, 4 college guys talking about it on a podcast.
Just giving our opinions from our own political backgrounds.
We're just saying, don't get offended by what we say about your fucking bullshit. We don't care. Just listen to us talk about it for a little bit.
Okay.
Welcome back to the Average Podcast, everyone.
This is season 2. We're gonna be blunt and honest with you guys. If you don't like it, get out. I'm just kidding.
Okay, to answer the question with no opinions or anything else involved, I agree with what.
Yeah, it's a yes or no question. It's
Yes,
just like,
I do agree with
you
the
agree. If you want to
I,
go off it, then go off it, man. Tell me why.
I mean,
ex-
I agree
but
too, with Vinny.
Yeah.
And that's because even if Hillary was in office, she would have done it because she even said she would have done it. And I know that this has been a thing for the United States since, I don't know, 1950 with proxy wars and getting involved in other nations' affairs. And, it's instilling our government and belief system into other nations. But it's always fighting a superpower. And this is something that we've been doing for years now because it's been the long peace because of. Because of nuclear weapons and everything, we're not going to fight Russia head on. I mean, it's been since Vietnam, Korea, Afghanistan,
Vietnam
Desert
was
Storm.
The Chinese.
Well, no, it's Viet Cong, but also instilled like yes, communism and everything. It was another proxy war. These are just proxy wars, but we haven't declared war since World War II. And
Okay.
And the United Nations doesn't have enough firepower or anything. We are the United Nations.
The United Nations
they're the
has
ones that
no
have to respond.
formal jurisdiction to do anything.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they're not like police.
And that's a problem.
They toss out guidelines.
Right.
And I think there was a Syrian gas attack, like back in the day when Obama I thought was gonna do something, and I mean he did a lot of drone strikes. I mean he did a lot of things that Trump would have done.
I think it showed in these elections. I mean, I feel like a lot of people. This shows that a lot of people felt this way where Obama didn't, like you said, Obama didn't really do anything. But I mean, yeah, he did the drone attacks, but he didn't do this with what Trump's done, So I feel like that really shows that maybe people in the inside, they may not have admitted it, but when they voted, it obviously became clear that that's what we wanted to happen. And I don't really know. Me personally, I don't know. What's to say violence, using violence to counteract? Yeah.
Well, it's fighting fire with fire.
Exactly. I mean, you're killing. You're still killing
boundaries.
You're still killing innocent people by bombing them. That doesn't really solve any of the issues here.
We attacked an airfield.
Well, if you get rid of the civilians, then you don't have to worry about killing civilians anymore.
I'm saying Obama did that, though, is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So.
And I look at it like this.
What are you going to do?
Chemical weapons are against the Geneva Convention of War, which has been the thing, since after World War One, where we were not allowed to use chemical weapons because
World War II.
I thought it was after World War One because mustard gas. After World War One, we were no longer to use chemical weapons. That's why you didn't see any in World War Two.
There were still chemical weapons in World War II. They just weren't as common.
I don't remember reading much about chemical weapon warfare, but
World War II, man.
Mm-hmm. There was some. It wasn't as big because there were strong improvements for it, or against it.
Yeah.
But because it doesn't work
all
well
just
against
talks.
your own.
Right. It was all just talks. No one really.
You can't control where gas is gonna go.
Exactly.
So you might gas a field, but you might gas your own army as well.
True.
Anyways.
So, the
Back
thing
on
is,
track,
with chemical weapons and the spread of them, they don't even though bombs bombing and everything, they do have a high blast radius and they can kill many civilians and everything. But with gas, it spreads. The wind picks it up. It doesn't. It gets into the crops. It gets into the water. It gets into many things with a lot of high.
Right. When we saw what happened to the people, we saw what happened to these people. I mean,
those videos were awful.
So, if we sit back and do nothing, do we say this is okay? It's okay. That's our biggest problem.
I mean,
and,
didn't Russia say that they were gonna deal with it because Syria is a Russian ally? I mean,
Syria. I mean,
why do we have to do it?
Because Russia wasn't going to do anything because they support the al-Assad regime, which is the one that bombed them.
All right. So this nation on the other side of the world, with its own sovereign government, we should be the ones to fix it.
I mean, we got supporters.
Is that no? Is that what you're saying? We should focus on fixing other countries before fixing our own problems. Is that what you're saying?
I'm saying what's it called? we act accordingly when it comes to these kind of weapons. I'm not
So-
saying that we fix all problems, but when it comes
you're
to
saying yes.
chemical weapons,
We
only
should, in fact, intervene in sovereign nations.
is it really sovereign though? I mean, well,
Syria is a sovereign nation. We are not in charge of Syria. They are their own country.
it doesn't feel like they're their own country, to be honest, at this point.
They're in a
Well-
civil war, but you know what, Chris? They have
Yeah,
a
they're
head of
definitely-
government. They are
yeah.
a sovereign nation,
Definitely sovereign.
and it's not our place. All we're doing is fucking everything else up.
Yeah, I think Trump. I mean, what Trump's doing is really just saying, hey, I mean, we're don't forget about us. We're right here. We're just that's just. I mean, it's a whole other topic at that point. Now you're thinking of, you
Yeah,
know,
he's saying we won't take shit, but okay,
why do we have to do it though? Because I
we've
get what
been.
you're saying,
That's the
though.
thing. It's something that we've always done. I mean, it doesn't matter who the
So if I
president
came
is
to your
or
house
who's in
every day
Congress.
because your grandfather gave me a loaf of bread, should we just keep coming to your house every day because one time
Somebody
we gave
else
you a
did
loaf
it.
of bread? Like, that's what I'm saying. This is what we're doing. We're just
Right.
tossing money around the world that we don't fucking have to do stupid shit. Yes,
All it was
obviously
a
we should help
message.
people, but
Yeah. I think, and you can help
Come on.
people in other ways besides bombing an airbase. I mean, yeah, it was an airbase, but it's still a message. And now that you're pretty much opening an invitation for war at that point. You know,
That's
you
true.
put it's true. You attack a military base, whatever it is. I mean, sure, yeah, like you said earlier, it doesn't. You're not going to have a ton of casualties, but that's still a message.
But I
You know,
also
that's
look at
still a
it
line in
as
the sand.
if I'm gonna, even though it's war, like we go to war with places, do we attack like obviously a sovereign nation? But imagine if we knew in this current day there's a genocide going on, again, like with like imagine there was just another Holocaust. Do we intervene or do we just let that happen?
obviously you intervene, but we don't intervene.
But that's
on
the
our
thing right
own.
there. That's the
Comparing
thing because we
apples to
have to.
oranges, though. Now.
Not really, because this is a different form of they're bombing.
This is a civil war.
Yeah.
But guess
This
what?
is a Syrian civil war. Yes,
This is not. It's
that
not killing
it's
not
you know,
genocide. You know, not one
but
race.
it should go through the United Nations. That's the whole fucking purpose of the United
Didn't
Nations.
the United Nations already agree that we should act?
I haven't seen anything saying
That, I
that
was pretty sure that
all
they were saying how
countries
many more.
That
should, in
America
fact-
should act, or
Someone needs to act.
oh,
Ah,
And, of course, us,
there
'cause
you
we
go.
can't.
Someone needs to act.
But who else has the
So
military
shouldn't
firepower?
we come together as a global coalition to condemn Syria instead of just saying, you know what, guys,
Yeah.
we'll take this one again and bomb them. No worries.
We
Yeah.
are the coalition, though. Yeah, that's the thing. We
No,
are
we're
the
not.
global coalition. It's
What about
at this
the
point.
entire
That's what it feels
European
like.
Union? What about Australia?
Yeah,
China,
Europe is.
Japan.
Yeah, they all
Our-
support us. Those are our allies.
They're scared of us. I feel like at this point.
They're not
Not really.
helping. We're the ones sending out. We're the one creating military strikes. in a
Australia was
sovereign
going to
nation.
bomb too. That's
Alright,
the thing.
so
like,
then they should have. Maybe it's time for the U.S. to take a step back and focus on fixing our own problems first.
I do agree with that wholeheartedly.
but you know what?
So now you changed Will or Vinny. You've changed your stance on this whole thing now after listening to Will.
Well,
I mean, there's definitely
no,
two sides. Of
I
it.
don't
Like,
change my stance. I'm open-minded. That's the thing, though. I agree with what Will said, but I also agree that someone had to do it. And if what Chris is saying, if it wasn't going to be us, it was going to be someone else. But America's kind of the forefront of if something bad happens, people usually turn and say, well, what's their move? You know what I mean?
Yeah, they're always looking to us. You know,
Yes.
and especially with a guy like Trump, a bullheaded making moves decision kind of guy. Like that's the dude clearly.
In all
you know.
fairness, though, Trump did say, I think it was 2 weeks prior to this, that we should. This isn't quote unquote. He basically stay the fuck out of Syria, and then he went and did that. So
That's not.
He
dude,
spent
that's not
all
very-
of Obama's presidency tweeting and saying that
Yeah.
the president that intervenes like that is going to start
did.
another war.
and he
so-
did. Dude. That dude is always saying one thing and then doing the other.
Yeah.
That's like
it's incredibly contradictory, which is unfortunate. However, sometimes I don't think. How do I even put this? He didn't realize that probably outside of office the importance of maybe being that middleman or that big brother to say, "Hey, knock it the fuck off."
I mean, shouldn't he have done it with congressional approval though?
Probably, probably should have, but
that's that's the thing. I don't think the president does have the final say in everything. I mean, they have to sign the declaration of war. They got to make. They're the most powerful person.
They are the check to
Yeah.
the check. Yeah.
And I look at it like this. I agree that we have to focus on our own problems here, but we don't live in another nation where we understand what their problems are going through either. Where they have you could say that we don't have this money, but we're owed a lot of money still from other countries. Like our debt is extremely high, but
The
also
trillions,
what is
yeah.
owed to us is extremely high, and it's like maybe just a couple billion behind the debt. I believe I remember reading something about that, but don't quote me on that
Yeah.
exactly. But because China owes us money. I mean, like a bunch of countries owe us money, including
everyone
from
owes
war
everyone
efforts.
money. It's
Exactly.
It's a mess.
And everyone focuses on the debt. Like, we're in so much debt. Like, yes, that is a big problem, but we also gotta look at it like this: like, how much is owed to us. It will never equal
I mean,
out.
I wasn't strictly speaking regaining.
I know. I'm
money.
just saying in general.
Yeah.
God,
Right. Can
And-
I pose one question to you,
That's-
segueing
yeah.
back into your genocide?
That's-
Okay, Sean Spicer.
Do you think we should go in and invade North Korea? Should
Yeah,
we? Should
Donald
we
Trump
go
was
in?
just.
It-
he was
it-
just
that's
this
what I'm
is a
saying.
big. This
He's
is actually
moving.
very, very good
He's
topic to
moving
bring
the
up.
navy. He's moving naval units to the Korean
Yeah, he
Peninsula.
is.
Do you think we should go in and invade North Korea? Because there are genocide, there are concentration camps there. We have documented proof of it.
Yeah, but here's the thing: we're also got to worry about, and here's the biggest problem: the nuclear war. And I mean, this is another whole topic that we should get into: is nuclear weapons. Because
You're
No.
crossing, Chris. You can't. You got to
'Cause-
take the whole cake. You can't just take parts of the cake and eat it.
Yeah, now you're saying nuclear warfare. Come on now.
Well, we do want to go into North Korea, but here's the thing: we have a whole country that's on the border that will get hit with a whole nuclear bomb before we do.
That's true
And
because
Japan.
North Korean missiles cannot reach U.S. soil yet.
No, and they can hit Japan and they can hit Korea like that. There goes two giant operation military bases just like that. Our first strikes.
That's
Donald
assuming
Trump-
that they do have fully operational nuclear
do.
warheads.
They
which
definitely
no,
do.
they have not. They have not shown that they have been able to fully launch one. They've only launched ballistics missiles.
I believe that they do.
That's different though.
But
'Cause
that's the thing, because we've always wanted to honestly enter North Korea.
Man can't
It-
walk on water, but you can believe it if you want. It doesn't make it real.
Donald Trump just tweeted 13 hours ago. North Korea is looking for trouble. If China decides to help, that would be great. If not, we'll solve the problem without them. USA.
Holy fuck.
Good.
That's pretty much.
Good.
They're pretty much calling for a war.
Yeah, he's basically saying, "Hey, I mean, that's not really a war. Let's
Well, not a
Calling
war.
for trouble.
no, but let's
he's
be
asked-
honest. Let's be honest. North Korea is not much of a military power.
They're just all talk, no show.
They're a
Kim-
lot of fluff.
Yeah.
You also
Yeah.
got to worry. It depends if they're allies, if China's still on their side. I don't think
Dude.
China will get involved with anything because of their economic status throughout the world.
China has shown lately that if North Korea starts doing stupid shit, they're not gonna back
gonna-
them.
Well, they did post up 150,000 troops, I believe, on the border of North Korea to get refugees if this war goes
Yeah,
down.
that was to pull refugees. But in the past, like recently, like the end of last year, when North Korea was doing its annual, "Hey, look, I'm still here," kind of thing.
Yeah.
China
We're
did
still
come out and they say like, "Hey, look, knock that shit off, or
Well,
we're not gonna help you anymore."
I look at North Korea and South Korea currently as like East and West Berlin in the 70s, 80s, and 60s. Like we had to drop. They want they want to be united. They want to be do everything. But guess what?
One
The-
guy said no.
The two powerhouses at one time was Russia and like Gorbachev and all of them and us with like what's it called, Reagan and everything, where they can come with a compromise. We don't have that. Dictator is not moving. And
That's because he's overweight. Sorry.
I got another question.
I mean, that's a
Had to
very
toss
good
it
question,
in there.
Will. I think that's
Yeah.
a very good topic, and I think that is it's very
That is
contradicting to what I say, and I really do see my how I could be contradicted in that way, because going to war right now with them would not be the smartest thing, but then here I
Bring-
am supporting these bombings because of. So I
Yeah.
totally understand what you mean.
Bringing
You're a
back up to
situational
the,
guy.
bringing
It's
back
very
to the,
situational, and I do agree that stepping into North Korea would have some benefit, but at this time, it depends if they launch a warhead or not. That's how I look at it. If they launch a warhead, that's game over for them.
bringing back to the Syria thing, because I know Will earlier said something about allegedly. That's another good question we could ask there. Like, are we 100% sure that that Assad, whatever his name is,
Assad, yeah.
he actually was he the one behind? Is there proof? I mean, do we even
I
know
mean,
it's
that
like
he was the one that used the?
It's like a more than likely situation. I haven't personally seen anything saying like,
Oh.
yes, without a doubt, Assad did the gassings, but like,
There's
Right. I mean, it definitely
speculation
is
that-
who
Syrian
else is gonna
government.
do it? You know?
Right. That's true. Definitely a Syrian government, at some point, but who knows? That's the other crazy part is like we don't. It's like, what the hell, man? You guys take a step back and just say, what the hell? Am I watching an episode of House of Cards right now? I mean, fuck.
It doesn't seem real. It just doesn't
No,
seem
it's
real.
so theatrical, man. It's
But here's the thing,
Crazy.
like you said, it doesn't
Scary.
seem real. And I agree with you on that, Eric, because in this day and age, we're used to the gun always being loaded to our head. Like there's always a threat of nuclear weaponry. Like we didn't live in the 50s where the imminent strike of nuclear bombs, or like we were so close with Kennedy and everything, where we were about like, it was a couple minutes before nuclear weapons were launched by either superpower or
Yeah.
at one point where we were just gonna bomb Russia.
yeah.
We're used to it and we're comfortable with it, but right now tensions are heating up and we're like, wait, we're not used to this because we haven't seen this since what? Not even 9/11. Yeah, even with 9/11 and everything, we didn't see tensions this high.
No. I mean, we definitely
That is
looked
true.
to somebody for an answer, and it was George Bush at that point.
Someone's got a barker going on back there.
Yeah, Bentley sees an outside dog. He gets crazy.
Do you want to talk about Sean Spicer now, since I brought it up earlier?
Yes. On a funnier note.
Yeah, we'll
So I don't
that.
know if anyone saw. First off, there seems to be a lot more press releases from the Trump administration than I ever saw from the Obama administration.
Oh, by far.
Or it could
Yeah.
just be that Sean Spicer's an idiot.
Yeah, well, probably both.
I mean, it's probably both. So in the White House statement about
Oh,
about
God.
the Syrian attacks, Sean Spicer said that Assad is worse than Hitler because even Hitler didn't use chemical weapons.
Jesus.
No.
Yeah, so let's let that one sink in for a minute and think.
Yeah, I
about-
don't think in politics you should ever compare anything to Hitler. I'm just saying, like that.
Well,
that's just
I
like-
think
Well,
there's people that
or
are unfair
can,
to Hitler.
if
like
you're
Stalin.
right about it.
Stalin
that-
was worse.
I don't
than
think that
Hitler.
was anything right, and he got so much backlash, dude, for comparing that. That's
Well-
so.
Rightfully so. I
Yeah.
mean, one, he's wrong. Factually,
He was just defending Trump, though. At that point.
yeah.
It's not the right way to go.
If you're
about
gonna
defending
defend it, at least defend it knowing your shit. Not going out there making yourself look like a complete asshole.
Guys, we had to do it because he was literally worse than Hitler. That was it. That's all we had. We had to do it.
He even came back and apologized for it too. He's like,
Yeah.
everything's okay now. Like, what the
Yeah.
hell, dude? Like,
Hey,
I was
look.
kidding. I wasn't serious. Jeez.
Gotcha.
Wasn't-
Social experiment, guys.
Oh,
Yeah.
God.
yeah, that's a little fucked up.
It's a little.
Another
it's a little
thing, I
embarrassing.
know this is relating to Chicago now. There's a new Trump march in Chicago going on. It's for these. It's for the tax return because Trump still hasn't released his tax returns.
Oh,
so-
yeah.
They're like gathering a march. I don't know when. I think it's. I'm looking it up right now. I don't see.
Isn't there always a march like every other day and like now against Trump? It's just what it seems like. It went like from being like, oh shit, there's a march
Something
against
like
Trump
that.
to like, oh yeah, that's normal.
Well, it
Well,
was
people are
it was
pissed.
from the women's march, and then that went to the that like inspired this.
Yeah.
This March, I guess, which is kind of interesting. I think I don't know. I mean, I do agree with this thing at least. I mean, I think he should release.
Didn't he
this
release his
fucking
tax returns from like 05 and it's like nothing was wrong.
Yeah.
Everything was like up to
Yeah.
date and like he actually paid his taxes and was totally fine.
Yep.
Yeah,
They're
but
like, we
what
found one of his
2005
tax
though?
returns. Like,
That's-
well,
I was about
they
to
went
say, that's
searching
10
and they
years ago.
found one, and they're like, "Ha, we got you." And then it was like, "Oh shit, he paid his taxes."
Yeah, fucking Rachel Maddow. I hate Rachel Maddow. She's just so snobby. She's like the female Bill O'Reilly, but like instead
Oh,
of
did you hear
Oh,
about that,
Republican,
Bill
she's a
O'Reilly?
She's a Democrat. What?
Did you hear about Bill O'Reilly now too? He fucking now he's getting like apparently like sued or something for like sexual harassment, some shit. Did you hear about that?
Surprising.
Trump. Yeah, he was defending Bill O'Reilly for Sexual Assault Awareness Month or whatever. Defending him on some shit that. Oh man,
Bill O'Reilly
read the
does
article.
look like the
I know-
kind of
Getting
guy that
charged
would
for
sexually
sexual
assault
harassment.
someone.
Yeah, he actually does. But he's apparently now getting. I think he's settled or something for a sexual harassment charge. So honestly, you're right. That doesn't surprise me. That guy looks like a fucking dude who would, do something sketchy like that.
Well, the
Sleazy.
guy, the man defending him is the one who wants to grab people by the pussy. So are you
That's
really
very
that
true.
surprised?
No, I just think he gets whatever the hell he deserves because that guy's a fuck. I don't really like Bill O'Reilly.
I don't know
to
if
be
you guys saw, but John Oliver has bought all of the ad time around Bill O'Reilly's show.
Oh,
And
really?
It's just adverts like explaining why voting for Trump was a terrible idea.
No way.
Yeah, I think that's like
wow.
I'm not a huge John Oliver fan,
That guy always does something like that.
but that's
though.
pretty funny.
Yeah, he does. He
That
does
is
be
hilarious.
I think it's smart.
Yeah.
That he does
For
it.
what reason?
Because they do it because they're like they don't think he
A lot of
understands
people are
everything.
watching.
Yeah, and that's where he's watching it. So like he says he gets his information from Fox News. So what they do is they do that around like
Right.
all sorts of Fox programming, and
They just-
it's smart.
Yeah, they just want to get a reaction out of Trump at that point. I feel like because
Yeah.
it's like Chris said earlier. It's freaking. It's like is this real? It's freaking theater, man. Just want to watch Trump react to it.
I've heard inklings that the Trump has violated something with congressional statutes so that if the Republicans wanted to, they could start in the impeachment process already.
Oh boy.
Oh, really?
Oh, wow.
So under 100 days in, and they could already start it.
That honestly doesn't even surprise me though.
And here's the problem. I'll be honest. I voted for Trump because it didn't matter because in Illinois the vote went to Hillary regardless.
Yes.
So my
As
vote
did the rest of the popular vote.
Yes, and it's not so much that I agree with Trump. Honestly, I remember looking at his. I'm like, there's like 4chan posts where people are like, "Oh, Trump's gonna be president." I'm like, that's a good joke. Like, that's never gonna happen.
Yeah, I was on the
And-
Trump train.
I was on the Trump train and I got off, and then I
Yeah, I'm
only
off.
jumped back on to vote for him. But I don't want him to prove me wrong. I want him to be a good president. I'm really rooting for him to be a good president because that's what we need. We need a good president now, and it's regardless if you like him or not. Don't ask for his failure because
If he
that
fails, we
affects
all
us.
fail.
Exactly.
True.
Yeah.
So,
we
you
already
can hate-
look like idiots.
And if he fails, we get Mike Pence. So
Yeah.
That's the worst
Oh,
thing in the
that's
world.
even
yeah.
worse.
I fucking
Very
hate
true.
that guy. And that's the thing. Like, people are like, impeach him. He's the worst. And I'm like, yeah, but then you have to deal with Mike Pence.
Then we have
And-
Mike Pence and Paul Ryan.
Oh, and
The
I didn't
guy
want to
who
vote. I
decided
hated both.
to for his vice president candidacy thing. His promo shots were him working out. Never forget that.
Jesus.
We're all
Could
in.
be worse. We could have got Ted Cruz.
Yeah, it's true.
Oh.
Ted
God.
Cruz is
Zodiac
still the
killer.
Zodiac killer.
Zodiac
I'm-
killer?
I'm on
I hate that guy. I
train.
also hate. And
Either way, they're all in bed with Russia at this point.
in some
That's a
but
big clues to Fook.
Putin. God, I can go on to Putin for a while. That guy is a fucking maniac.
I just want to say
Yeah, a
I'm the
little
garbage
bit.
person that votes third party. So
There's nothing wrong with voting third party. Vote
Still
for what
vote.
you believe in.
You're right.
Yeah.
Better
Yeah.
than not voting. I
Vote
know.
or
You
not
know?
vote.
I mean, yeah, at least I didn't vote for Harambe.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I was-
12,000 people who did that. You guys are seriously fucking moronic.
That's
though.
that's our generation right there,
But look,
bro.
You're right.
look at it
You're
like
right,
this:
though.
the popular vote went to Hillary. Over 10,000 Americans wanted a dead gorilla meme over the other two candidates. Like, doesn't that tell you that something's wrong?
Yes. Very bad. Very, very. I mean, it says a lot about our generation, too. Nobody takes this shit seriously, therefore, how do you expect anything to seriously get done?
Well,
It's because we're
when
all
we
the
start going to war and shit with
self-loathing,
somebody,
depressed group.
yeah,
Yep.
Yeah. It's just
it'll be a huge wake up call for us. That's
the
definitely
best thing that Trump's done is kill that healthcare bill that was just fucking horrendous.
You mean his healthcare bill? The
No, it's
greatest
Paul
healthcare
Ryan's.
plan 2017. That was the name of the bill. Thank you.
Oh god, that was
But
horrible.
that's Paul Ryan's. It wasn't
it was
his.
Paul Ryan's.
Yes, and that's why it was just so fucking terrible.
It was bad.
Are you talking about the Trump care shit that never passed?
It wasn't Trump care because his name wasn't on it.
Please
it was,
refer to it by its proper title, the greatest healthcare plan ever created. Thank you.
Are you shut
Paul
the
Ryan.
That is the real name. That is
No, it-
legitimately the real name. It's something along the lines of the greatest healthcare plan.
It's so
Are you
bad.
kidding me?
God.
No,
No.
I wish. I fucking
I thought you were
wish.
being
So
sarcastic.
fucked
No.
up.
No,
Oh
that
my
is the
God.
actual real name. Is something.
Thank
along
you,
the lines
Paul
of that.
Ryan.
I just looked this up, but I saw Jon Stewart because this was about 3 years ago. But Jon Stewart returns to the Daily Show, compares Obama's Syria plans to Bush's war in Iraq. So, if that's the case, then since there's another incident with Syria with Trump, maybe Jon Stewart will come back to the Daily Show. So there's a
There's a silver
there's
lining.
there's a silver lining here, people. Bring
But-
Jon Stewart back.
Bush is an interesting
Oh, period.
president in general and how he shaped the geopolitical world for a straight 8 years, and then we got Obama, who didn't do much and couldn't really reverse a lot of Bush's actions as fast as he thought, and he couldn't do it in 8 years. And he actually kept a lot of things from
Yeah.
the Bush administration. So I mean, what does that really show you? Is Bush a bad guy, or is Obama a hypocrite, or was Bush actually not that bad? And just, or it's a lot of questions.
Yeah, another show for another day.
Yeah, no kidding.
Or we can get right into that right after this break. All right, everyone, welcome back from the break. We're gonna kick it back off, not with the thing that I mentioned last time, but instead talk about the privacy bill. I think.
Oh my God.
Yes, privacy.
Yeah. So
Internet
for
privacy
anybody,
bill.
Yeah, so for-
Russia first, right?
let's get into the privacy bill. I want to talk about that one because I was fucking stoic when it got
He's
passed. So if anybody didn't know, everybody owns your internet history that fucking you worked very hard for. You made all the searches. You did everything, but you're worth nothing and people can buy you out for it. So
Not true.
congratulations. Your government doesn't give a shit about you. Or
Not
your
true.
privacy, which is your basic human right, in my opinion, but nobody gives a fuck apparently.
Not true though.
What do you mean not true?
How's that not true?
There are some
We also-
states that are actually.
Oh, that's
uh,
true. There are some states working to put up bills against it. They're not
Yeah,
using
they're-
it though. But for the time being, other than Minnesota,
You're right, Vinny. You are right. It's. I agree with you. It's fucked up.
It's so fucked up, and people don't care. You know what I mean? People are like, "Yeah, well, if I've got nothing to hide, I'm all right." Like that's their mentality. And I'm like, well,
yeah,
Yeah.
that's like the older generation. Because I talked to my dad about it, and he's like, "Well, I mean, if they want to see me going on Yahoo Mail," and I'm like, "That's not the point. Like, if you go on they can see your bank account records and everything.
Right.
Like, that's the
I'm
big
s-
deal."
yeah, I'm sure certain things like there's certain websites that probably have some sort of natural encryption once you enter them.
Yeah, I know. Apple just. I don't know if you did like a update, Will, because I know you have an iPhone, but they have like double layer now of security. Like you have to enter in like 2 different passwords just
Apple
for
has
that.
a physical lock on their device.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy, which is
But-
good.
That is not, that doesn't pertain to this. This is purely like internet, like using the internet. That was me. I'm sorry about that.
You're good.
This is like purely for using the internet. So like even though you have like the HTTPS stuff like that, the secure network connection,
Okay.
that's just like a connection to the server
Right.
site. Your
Domains and
ISP can see everything that you've like done, like all your stuff on the internet. So that's where the issue lies. Is now they can sell that off, like yours, like if Vinny goes on tons of sites that deal with
Porn
and Magic the Gathering cards, for example,
or Syria.
or Syria, they can target you even more with ads and be more aggressive with it.
Which
Right.
is bullshit. I mean, people are really looking at this like it's not a big deal. But I'm in my major. It's information systems, cybersecurity, computer science, all that. I know people in my field right now are currently freaking the fuck out. I mean,
Rightfully so.
It's a big deal.
and
You
it's
It's a big
it
deal.
is
Yeah.
a big deal. And people, I'm so shocked at how like lackadaisical people are and just going
About it.
about it. Yeah,
Yeah.
because this is people don't realize on the big scheme of things. This is very small steps into basically getting in the way of everything else. So now my future
Well-
job provider will be able to buy my internet history. Once again, I'm in the bandwagon of there's nothing on my end to hide except maybe copious amounts of porn. Which then again, I don't give a shit if people know
Well,
what
your
I'm
girlfriend doesn't
watching.
listen to this.
She's right here in the room with me, so
Hey,
There you go.
you should talk about how it all started, though. That's involving Russia. That's the reason why Trump decided to release internet history.
I don't think it was directly revolved around Russia. I think it was more or less the fact that people were scared. Like, is my neighbor a terrorist? What is he looking up? Is he looking up how to make bombs? Is he looking up how
Yeah.
to do stuff like that? And honestly, to be quite frank with you, I do not know necessarily how the bill came to be. I know in that scheme of things, ISPs net neutrality was always a big thing that I always pulled to, but that's not about this particular
It is,
topic.
No. Net neutrality.
Would you
This
say it falls
struck
under
down net neutrality pretty much.
Oh,
This
right.
is like
Yeah, I guess that would make sense.
your
But
basic right to privacy does not exist on the internet.
yeah,
Deal with
yeah,
it, pretty much.
yeah, you are right. That does tie in a lot to it, but still, just in my personal opinion, this is the shittiest thing that could have happened. And you're right. States are moving towards bills that protect that. That in
Yeah,
this
10
state,
states have.
the internet service provider or whoever will not be able to buy out your thing. The shittiest thing about this bill is that it is exempt to senators, legislators, people of high power and importance.
Ah, yes, of
They don't
course.
have to worry. They don't have to worry about it. That's fine. It doesn't matter if they put their hands in my pocket or my internet history, but the second I do it back to them, it's what the fuck's going on? Why are you doing this? The guy from Cards Against Humanity, funny enough, pledged that once this bill passed, he was personally going to
All
buy
that.
out all their internet histories, and if he couldn't do it with them, he'd do it with their family, friends, relatives,
Mm-hmm.
anybody else, because maybe if they see how it is on that spectrum where their privacies are getting pretty much ran right through, they
Yeah.
might have a change of heart. But until then, stupid, completely fucking stupid.
Yeah.
And if
I
you
don't-
wonder where it came from, it's because these internet companies and everything push for it by paying mostly, I believe almost all the supporters were Republican, very actually low amount of dollars, but still it's money nonetheless, and they created this bill.
They got
Well,
large chunks from multiple places. That's like, or small
Yeah.
chunks from a bunch of places, like Comcast, AT&T, Verizon.
Ted Cruz led the list. He had like over, I think he
Oh my
came
god,
close
he
to
had like
he had
$2
$1 million.
or
Yeah,
something.
$2 million worth
It
of
was insane.
incentives to
Well, he wanted-
introduce and make this bill go through.
Are you
Yeah, well-
shitting me?
It's all for
No.
it's all for the ads, right? It's also so people can figure out what you're looking up, right? That's what you said. That
I look
it's
at it
for
like
ads. It's for any of your private information. That's why a lot of places are pushing VPNs right now.
Oh god.
Say like you're gonna buy something on Amazon, you can see the credit history on there. Any like if someone purchases it and stuff.
I look at it like
That's
this.
why it's like super fucked up.
My
Right.
mom was actually against this, and she is an older generation. But I put it like this to my parents: was that
mom's not
imagine? No, but the older generation. I'm saying,
old. Okay, just trying to.
like an older generation,
This is
older than
Hazel,
us.
young angel. Don't ever lie to us.
Um,
Your mother's
okay,
a
like-
saint.
so imagine I look up the Anarchist Cookbook because I'm just interested in what the hell the Anarchist Cookbook is, and jobs, or employers, either you're currently at or or trying to get hired, they buy your internet history and they're like, wow, he's looking up like the Anarchist Cookbook or like these things like bombs or something, like because you're just interested in knowing about something. They're gonna be like, yeah, that's a threat, and we're gonna get rid of you or we're not gonna employ you. And they
Right.
can actually use that to your advantage, and that could threaten like my parents' jobs as both, my mom's a teacher, my dad's a cop. Like that could threaten their jobs. That can threaten us for future employment, and I look at that as a big threat. Including in a place where job security is very, I say low, and job opportunities is also very low at this current time for people our age.
I
Right.
think the bigger issue is not like that's like an issue, like specifically that subset. I think it's vague religious or group people who are religious and run companies. it's no, like common knowledge that a lot of these big corporations are run by, heavily predominantly Christian, blah 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 blah. So imagine that in your free time you like to look up a little midget on horse porn or whatever, something a little crazy, whatever. I don't know, whatever gets your rocks off. If they buy it and they look at that, they can go, oh, this guy doesn't have our Christian values, a super vague reason, boom, you're automatically disqualified from a job just
Exactly.
because of a
I think
vague reason,
I think it's just the people like I think it's just like the people that really want less internet privacy are like CEOs and like I said earlier, like advertisement companies who want to rake in
They're the
money,
people that don't
by
have
spying.
to worry about it being bought
Right.
out.
They want to spy on all of us, dude, and fucking just to sell all of our rights to the marketing companies, man. That's really what it's all about. Just fucked if you think about it.
Yep.
Dude, it's a simple play. The simple plan of the little man loses. Like,
Because that's all Trump thinks
can't
about
win.
is the upper class, man.
Nah, dude, he's draining the swamp.
He's draining the swamp.
Dude, swamp's been drained. Check it.
Swamp's been draining him, dude.
all right, Shrek. No, I'm just kidding. But seriously, if you were okay with this in any way, shape, or form, people need to take a step aside. Not even the internet history thing. Just look at your privacy. I don't think people would appreciate it if I walked into their house, looked around what was going on, and shit like that. You got to put it in perspectives that people, can relate to. Maybe the 6-year-old grandmother doesn't go on the internet, so she particularly doesn't give a shit about this bill. But if I went in and slept in her bed and made myself at home, she'd be pretty pissed off because I'm invading her privacy.
It would be like
Yeah.
if someone goes in and just takes your mail and reads it.
Right.
Like, I mean, I'm assuming most of us don't get a lot of physical mail anymore. But like,
Nah, I don't even know what a mail is, dude. Email?
what's a mail? What's a letter?
Speaking of mail, dude, this is kind of off topic, but they now are finally allowing people to track their mail. So now
I
you'll
saw
know when
that,
you're getting
yeah.
a.
You can like get it scanned and stuff. I need to do that. My mailman comes randomly throughout the day.
Yeah, it's good to know if someone steals your mail, but it also like, why are we just getting this now? Shouldn't we have had this from the start? Like we could do it with packages. We could track packages. Why not mail?
I don't know. You can't scan all of your
There's
mail
logic.
though. It's only like 10 pieces of mail per day.
Oh,
But like,
mail you getting, bro?
who really gets more than 10 pieces of mail a
Yeah.
day? Like that's what I want to know.
Going up on mail now, dude.
Our family probably,
Well, I mean, I guess between your parents' profession, it's different. But like,
and my brother and I.
you get a lot of letters, Chris.
Oh.
Got a lot of prison pen pals.
you got,
it's the same one from 5th grade. It's
you got
his friend in
Polly from
Antarctica.
prison, dude.
Yeah,
Chris writes letters to the Syrian kids.
One
To tell them
IP.
that-
that's why I'm
Don't
okay with
worry.
the bombing.
Oh my god.
Because they're like, please make it stop, Chris. And I'm like, I'll send my
You're
words
like,
to
no,
Trump.
no, 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 no. Donnie said we gotta get out.
Yeah.
Holy
Chris, are you
fuck.
involved with anything illegal? Let me know, man.
Hey,
know
man,
what
letters
you're
are
getting
the
in the
best
mail.
way to get my messages across to my Coke dealers.
Yeah, Chris is over here fucking
Well-
panicking now because you can track mail, and he's been
This
stealing
is-
people's mail for the past 3 years.
Yeah. Collection up in my room.
He's got a little shrine of my mail, dude, probably.
He's got a bunch of Sears catalogs that he just holds on to.
Victoria's
This is
Secret.
Years that I have the Sears catalog still.
Is Sears still a
This is
thing?
1858.
Yes, Sears still exists. I mean, they're like.
That's J.C.
kinda
Penney, I'm thinking
closing
of.
down.
They lost the
JCPenney
name to their,
also exists.
their
What are you
big tower.
talking about?
They're
Dude,
going down in
closing.
business though. Yeah,
They are
JC
going
Penney.
down,
Like Kohl's. We're getting so sidetracked, but that's.
I was about to say,
Kohl's-
fuck, we're
I gotta defend Kohl's. Kohl's is still around. Kohl's is fine. Eric.
You got some Kohl's,
Yeah,
Kohl's
Kohl's
is great.
cards, some Kohl's
Got some
cash.
Kohl's
Cole's
cash?
cash is real. Cole's cash is
I
real.
won't
I
trash
got cold
Kohl's.
cash next to me, so up yours, guys.
Chris
I'm wearing jeans I bought from Kohl's, so.
I've been stealing it from my parents' mail.
Chris mails his
Whoa.
Kohl's cash to Syria. He goes, "Buy yourself something nice, kids."
Yeah.
That's why he's so supportive of the bombing.
He's like, "I gotta keep getting them that Kohl's
Gotta
cash."
keep getting them that Kohl's cash for new shit.
Oh my god.
Speaking
Are we gonna-
of, what's it
Are
called?
we gonna have a roast though?
Oh,
I'm gonna
shit,
get
I
this
totally
right here.
forgot, Yeah.
Speaking
roast-
of people that
roast
hack
of the
and
week.
shit, I want to talk about Russia and Putin because we should roast Putin.
All right, roast of the week.
Putin on the
Putin.
Ritz.
It's that time of the week again, boys, where we
Roast of the week.
All right, so Russia and Putin, the two. Russia's not really a bad guy, but Putin's definitely a bad guy in my opinion. He's lost in the world of 1968 because he was a KGB agent around that time. It feels like 'cause he's old as shit, and he still wants to bring Russia back to the days of like the superpower and controlling the world and instilling fear and trying to like. It seems like he wants to get the USSR back together. Like he wants to get the band back together. I hate this guy.
It's called the RUSSR now, the reunited Soviet Socialist Republic.
He's intolerable. He kills people that speak out against him in the media. Kills them.
Rip Chris.
Kills gay people.
You're speaking out against him.
Oh,
So
well,
I said Rip Chris.
find me.
All right, open seat
You
of the
better be
podcast
careful.
next week when Chris dies. Continue. Sorry.
Yep.
And
Next week's episode will be brought to you by Morg's Funeral Home.
You can't
But-
make
Go on,
Putin a
Chris.
gay
You
clown,
can just
bro.
keep talking shit about Putin, but I'm gonna keep my mouth shut. Dudes from the KGB, man.
yeah,
Don't
I
you know
mean,
that?
I am in support of Putin. Please.
Did
be
you know?
to give
Didn't you know
potato.
Putin was our #1 fan, dude?
no,
How do you
not
think
even. If
how
you
do you
look
think
at
he feel?
a poll recently came out, it's like Russia's views on the United States dislike and like ratio back before Putin and then after Putin was elected. It's our dislike, the dislike opinion of the United States has gone up by like 60%.
So they dislike us
referred-
more after Putin came
Yes.
to power?
Yes, because he's been instilling this belief again that the West is coming in, and obviously our bombing of Syria wasn't any better of a indication of shit. But he goes into what is it? That fucking place, Ukraine.
Oh, when
And
he
he-
annexed Crimea?
Yeah, and it just
Crimean, I don't know how you say it.
Cremetian?
he's power hungry, and he.
The
I think
Crustacean
John Oliver
Peninsula?
actually had a good
Creatine?
bit on yeah.
Creatine Peninsula?
Where the hell is that place? I want to
Oh
go there.
my god.
Full of water.
It's just a bunch of dudes
Yeah.
going, oh yeah!
Put more rep! Put more rep!
One more!
That's what Putin's doing right now. He's flexing his fucking muscles over other countries.
I saw those pictures on a bear, dude, and shit, like a horse,
Not
naked,
literally.
dude. Like,
He doesn't mean literally flexing.
He's so fucking rich
Eric.
because all his political power, all the money goes to
all
him.
of I love him, dude.
What?
And Trump loves
Yeah, you
him,
don't know
too.
about this? Like I said,
That
John
was a
Oliver had a good
sarcastic
bit
what?
about it. Oh,
It's pretty obvious.
and I
He's
don't
not
know.
really
I want
a
to hear what
president,
your
he's
guys'
a
opinion on
dictator.
Putin is because I don't like the guy.
There's
And
a
I like
Well,
the guy
Clearly.
this week.
Sounds like it.
There's
I don't
a
know.
gay
But
clown picture
I
of him
do
going
definitely know if you turn Putin into a gay clown, he'll go to jail now.
That's
So that's
true.
pretty interesting. Did you guys read about that or no?
around. Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, out in Russia, they've
Read
got a new
that.
clause now. If you Photoshop Putin as a gay clown, you will spend time in jail.
No way.
If you're gay, in
I
Russia,
swear to
though, you
God,
go
yeah.
jail, so.
Yep.
That's like the thing fucking, what's her name did, was it Beyonce, like a picture of her was on the
Oh,
internet?
remove this internet. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
the one at the Super Bowl.
Super
and he's
Bowl.
like, and
Yeah,
then no one lets
and
it
she,
die.
like-
Yeah.
Yeah. Good stuff.
I don't know. Honestly, I don't know much about Putin. I know he does a lot of shit, but he's kind of like,
I know he's, yeah.
I feel like he's just kind of biding his time, and like one day he'll be like, "Gotcha." And we'll be
Really?
like, you got us. Yeah, I think
What?
I don't know.
that. I mean, that really downplayed. Like, I honestly think at some point he'll like make up a vague reason because they just rescinded the non-aggression pact with America the day after the bombings in Syria.
hmm
So I feel like I think one day he'll be like, playing golf with Trump, and then Trump, Putin got a 4 on that hole, and Trump's like, I think you got a 5, and then that's it, and then World War III.
So you think it's a big ruse?
No, I think that at some point, for some
what I'm s-
vague reason, not necessarily like he's just biding his time, and then eventually he's just gonna be like, all right, this is it. This is the straw that broke the camel's back. We're
What if,
fuck the European
that's-
Union, fuck America. We're going in.
That's his USSR belief, though. That was
yeah,
instilled
yeah,
in him
yeah.
from the KGB, and that's where I have my problem with him.
what if it was Putin that fucking released those chemical weapons in Syria, dude?
Could you imagine?
Wouldn't be a surprise to you.
I wouldn't be surprised either.
I could see it.
But that's what I'm
Just
saying.
to get Trump, just to get us involved and shit.
Yeah, I mean,
Well,
It's like we would
okay,
do
so
anything.
The
We do
Russian
anything Putin
soldiers
says.
in Syria were warned of the bombings at the airport, so no Russian soldiers were attacked. Like
That meant
No.
that's weird. That's weird, dude.
That's not weird. That's smart.
That's not weird at all, because we're not.
So they
We're not
knew
trying to start a
before it
war.
happened.
I thought America let them know.
Yeah,
I'm not talking
America,
about that.
America,
oh,
yeah,
I'm talking
America
about the
told-
chemical.
No, not the chemicals.
Oh.
The U.S. strikes.
Yeah, I was gonna
I
say,
was
how the hell did
confused.
Russia
Yeah.
know the chemical?
I was like,
fucking
yo,
thing was gonna
America
happen?
said, hey, we're gonna
Okay.
bomb there. Get out. And they're like,
Yeah, Eric
"Alright,
was saying it
we're
was
out."
weird. I'm like, how the fuck is it weird? We're the ones who told them, and they got up and left.
Yeah, no. I thought you were talking about. something
No.
different
I got
that
you.
That
I feel you.
if it was
I
the
feel
chemicals, that would be definitely
Right,
That's
that would be-
messed up.
Like, whoa. I'd be like, whoa, where'd you see that?
you know. To get back
Put two and
to
two together, and I was like, fuck.
you.
back on roasting Putin, he really does love to flex his dick on all sorts of social media outlets, and not like the way of boasting, but he's got that tough guy mentality. There's plenty of pictures of him fucking
He doesn't smile.
with exotic animals. He doesn't smile.
Do we have a
He's
Twitter account?
fucking people up on the judo mat.
I don't know.
Probably.
I don't think so. Maybe like a parody account.
Probably.
I mean, he's worse. He's worse.
Not
than
the real
media than Trump.
Putin, just a fan account.
Just a supporter. No, he doesn't have one.
You can only imagine what his tweets would be about.
That's
About
all.
Official
Trump
Twitter
hanging out in
channel for the
secret.
president of the Russian Federation. Tweets from the president are signed VP. Nope, he does have one. It's not official, but there is an official Russian Federation account.
Oh,
It's
really?
called Putin_RF_ENG.
English.
Yeah, it's the English one.
Okay. Huh. Well, that's dumb. Well, you know what? I think of Putin. I think he could suck my cock.
Found
That's
a
what I
picture
think
of him
Well,
smiling.
Yeah,
All right,
Eric.
Next
Eric,
week it's
we'll
something.
get-
Will and I are the only ones doing the podcast.
We'll make sure we
Hey,
Photoshop Eric putting his dick into a gay clown version of Putin.
Putin. I think you guys would go to jail for that, not me.
I don't
we
know,
don't
think
when I
I'm
be the
not
clown?
the one having
Yeah.
sex with gay clown Putin.
Can I
Yeah,
be the
Eric.
clown, or he's gonna be the clown?
He's
the
Like,
clown.
I mean-
Don't you know?
oh,
Do you want to be
He's
top
a
or
clown.
bottom?
I don't know, dude. What is? I'm gonna ask Putin.
Surprise me.
I think
You should
Putin's
tweet
more
at
of
him.
a.
You should tweet
bottom
at
guy.
him. Do it.
I
Don't
tweet
do
at
it.
him right now.
No,
On
don't
our-
fucking do it. That's a terrible idea because he might be like, "I'm coming for you, young boy," and then
on the air live podcast tweeting at Vladimir Putin right now.
you should add him and be like,
Oh,
"Hey, do you
here
want to join in our Skype call?"
Suck my dick.
Be part of this roast about you. I think he would totally come.
I would be very intimidated if
Figure
that
it-
actually
figuratively.
happened, and would probably
He would
be
come.
Like, all right, well, the podcast is over. Goodbye.
Yeah, if we call Trump right now, someone from the Trump administration might pick up the phone. So you got to be careful.
I would
Yeah.
definitely, I would definitely support Donald Trump coming on our podcast.
It's
Me
hard to
too.
roast the guy. It's hard to roast the guy. At some point, it becomes not that fun anymore because it's like the
He's a
dude,
joke.
like, yeah, and it's like how he reacts to everything is like so like, dude, just take a joke, you know? Just
He's
Who,
yeah,
Trump?
Nah, Putin.
no, Putin.
He's
It's
an
hard. It's
internet
hard. To,
meme,
yeah.
and he's
Putin
just
is,
like
yeah.
Kind of the same way though too. I mean, if you really think about it,
Trump
the only
gets
president.
Trump throws like a tantrum though, and that's kind of funny. Putin's just like, all right, see you in the gulag, bitch.
Yeah.
His tantrum is, I'm gonna riddle you with bullets.
It's like,
Oh
Putin
my
is-
fuck!
Putin is
All
down the
right.
fucking chimney with you, boy. I don't
Yeah.
know why he turned to Santa Claus there for a reason.
that's what he
Chris Christmas
moonlights
come.
as.
Crumpus. He's fucking the moon the moon dog.
Could you imagine just Vladimir Putin, like, you're like, oh,
the
Santa!
moon door?
And then he just turns around and it's like a grumpy faced Putin. He goes, no, I'm not Santa.
Find my
Bye,
pickle
bye,
in your
Santa.
Christmas tree. Find my pickle in your Christmas tree.
Ew!
fucking-
That's a thing, though. That's like a lot of countries, a lot of people do that. I have a pickle
That's-
ornament in my Christmas tree.
That's what I'm
Me
saying,
too.
dude.
It's an extra present.
It's just
All
Putin's
right,
penis.
mine's not gay, though. Mine's literally a pickle ornament, Chris. Not your mine.
No, mine's the pickle ornament too. But if you find it hidden in the tree, you get an extra present.
Oh,
Uh,
I thought
okay,
you
well-
meant your wiener was the extra. Never mind. Anyway,
Putin's
Come here, Poon. I got a present for you.
Anyway, that's the plum of the week is Vladimir Putin and the Russian Federation, probably soon to be USSR 2.0.
yeah.
All right.
Hopefully we'll have an episode next week. I don't know after this one.
We all
Yeah,
might be-
I think we'll be fine.
Well, we might be taking taking applications to fill some slots.
I might break line. My break food's gonna replace with antifreeze, and I'll be screwed.
If you would like to apply for a spot to take over our deceased bodies, tweet us at the Average Podcast.
The Average Deadcast.
The Average Deadcast.
Somebody change our handle, please.
Yeah,
We're
can we put it in
tweeting
our
from the
description?
grave.
Fighting Putin one word at a time.
Oh my god.
All right. Well, is there any other topics we wanted to hit on?
Uh,
Something we wanted to bring up tonight?
No, I think we got pretty much everything that was in the news over the week that was political.
We
Fucking
covered
idiot.
lots of politics.
It was a
Yeah.
really good episode. Next week will be more of a fun episode, probably. Just
Yeah.
Yeah, not so serious.
like not so Syria.
Yeah,
Uh,
we might be like serious. We might be all dead.
I
We're all
hope, I hope
dead. That's the joke.
I hope Putin reads your emails. Will.
Me too.
What is
That's a
it?
threat.
My emails?
I'm gonna put them in like
Yeah,
gay count hentai porn.
we must find this man's emails.
He's gonna look at my email and be like, "Why does kid buy so much shit off Amazon?"
He's gonna see your fucking
Fleshlight purchase.
He's like, "All right, what do we
Fleshlight.
got here? We got some computer parts, a 10-gallon drum of lube, and
Crisco,
Promise
Vaseline.
a
dildo.
bottle of Crisco and 4 bananas."
Lipstick
Crisco
and
and
latex
pickle
gloves. Wow.
and a pickle ornament.
Unreal.
All right, guys, that's gonna be the episode.
And a Yu-Gi-Oh hentai doll pillow.
We've got 9 more seasons of Mulan sauce, Morty.
Hey,
9
no more
more
episode.
seasons of Szechuan
We're done.
sauce. All right,
I'm
guys.
cutting it off.
Thanks for tuning in to the Average Podcast again. Welcome back for
Yes.
season 2.
Too.
As always, check us out on Facebook. Check out the podcast episodes on YouTube. We're going to work on trying to get these back up on iTunes and Google Play Store soon. If there are any suggestions on where better places to host, right now we host on SoundCloud. Better hosting sites, then that would be fantastic if you could let us know about that. Yeah, check us out on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. Other than that, we don't have wise words this week.
Are
we
we
don't
doing that
do
for
that.
season 2?
Anybody got wise words? Anybody here got wise words? Chris Hayes, wise
Chris
words
Hayes,
of the
give
week.
us some words.
On the spot. On the spot. Let's go. We need a bell. We need a bell.
Don't braid Putin's asshole hairs, or else you might get the boot from the bear.
All right, you heard it here, folks. Don't braid the butthole hairs.
Oh my god.
Or you might get the fucking.
Okay.
All right, I did it.
We'll see you next week, folks.